Hi guys, we're back. Steven has created a world for us to play in, and
No way. Y'all did the work. I just wrote stuff down.
I have created waffle mix.
Awesome.
I'm actually my waffle maker is right back there. I'm actually gonna make waffles. I can't talk about waffles and not eat waffles, so that's happening. All right, Steven, where are we? What are we doing?
I'm writing names down. That's what I'm doing. I'm in Montreal.
Oh,
Hang on. Pepito and
What does your place
Dolly.
of residence have to do with?
I asked him
She
where he
said,
was.
"Where are we? What are we doing?"
Oh.
Okay, so so what do you do in the morning, Duke? The Duke.
Well, I wake up in my sensible but richly adorned quarters in the palace. It's not in like the innermost palace because I don't like to be caught up in the daily affairs when I wake up. I like to get out and do my work. So I have a meeting with these other three personages in order to talk about the concerns about the time rabbit problem and hopefully spread a message of tolerance.
So these other three personages, do you know who they are? Like, what are their names?
Well, I think I have met, oh no. Why is everyone in the wrong place all of a sudden? Oh, okay, so because of Jen's computer crashing, I'm fixing it. But anyway, I think I have met Dahlia before, and Dahlia is like an ongoing project of mine because it really disturbs me that she doesn't like waffles. And that she's looking for a waffle and hasn't been able to find one yet. So I consistently bring her new waffles to try.
Dahlia, are you like, do you have a morning breakfast with the Duke?
We do. We've set up a morning breakfast. We've been having that, I would say, for about half a year now. This constant morning breakfast.
So
we talked about
Duke,
the state of the world and the state of waffles. And
the Duke, what's the waffle that you've made for Dahlia this morning?
This time I thought she might like maybe it's too sweet, right? So I went to the very source of the simple syrup river where it's not caramel yet at all, and I picked from the finest waffle tree, wild waffle tree, mind you. And then for toppings I chose some berries, but they're very like I call them water berries. They're very simple, very, very like tart. So they take away a little bit from the sweetness, but they're of course still sweet, but very much of a sweet tart kind of thing. And so I've made that, and I've brought it to her, or actually had my servants bring it to us on a silver platter, and also accompanied with some sugar milk and the typical trappings of a breakfast here in falafel.
Yeah. Okay.
And she joined me here at the palace, but we like to picnic out in the courtyard underneath the waffle trees.
Yeah. So are you picnicking now this morning?
Yes.
We are.
Okay. So Dahlia, as you lift this delicacy to your mouth and take a bite, what's your reaction?
You know, in all of the waffles, in all of my travels, it's not the worst, but it's still just missing something. It's still very sweet to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Do you
think
kind
we're on
of
the
like
right
blanch
track.
and make a face?
I do. I try not to, though. I don't want to offend the Duke. So I just, I explain, we're getting somewhere. I think you're on the right track as far as the sweetness, but we got to keep going, my friend.
I am, of course, happy to serve, my lady.
Yeah. So
I will continue to endeavor to please your palate.
as you put the
I
waffle
enjoy your
down,
always.
as you put the waffle down, a time rabbit steps out from behind the tree, grabs it, and then dashes off. What do you do?
I giggle, not giggle, dukes don't giggle.
No, of course not.
I chuckle warmly and smolder at Dahlia as I brush a stray piece of hair out of my eyes.
I giggle a bit and blush, and then say, "Well, one of us should enjoy these lovely waffles that you put so much time into."
Do I still have one waffle left?
Well, you've got your waffle.
Okay, so I say, if it pleases you, I shall indeed finish my breakfast, and I go about eating my waffle and ask her about her day yesterday and
Yeah.
that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
So as you guys are talking, a, uh, a guard comes up, and like what are the guards in the palace?
They're highly trained. Well, they kind of look like giraffes, but they're not giraffes. Only like a 2-foot neck, and they're ambulatory, like bipedal.
Yeah, bipedal 2-foot mini giraffes.
Yes. But they don't have opposable thumbs, so they have very specialized weapons that allow them to be. You would be surprised though how much piercing damage they can do with such angular limbs.
Yeah. Okay. So like they're like ninja monk giraffes.
Yes, but with blades.
Yeah. Okay. So like you see like a head like poke itself out of the tree and like look around,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, hello, excuse me, Duke.
Yes,
I have
Alistair.
I have a message for you. It's nice to see you, Dahlia. Did you enjoy your waffle this morning?
It was on the right track, Alistair. Thank you
I'm-
for asking.
I'm glad to hear it. I look forward to the day when you feel like the rest of us.
As do we all, Alistair. But you said you had a message for me. Pray tell.
Duke of Falafel, the Waffle King requests your presence in his bedchambers.
He has been ill these last 7 days, has he not?
Would you spout some lore on that subject for me, please?
Sure. I roll 2d6.
Yeah, so I've actually made a macro, so if you just type #R and then hit
Ooh.
enter, then it'll like ask you for your stat modifier and then do the roll for you.
Oh my, this is so complex. My stat modifier for spotting lore is intelligence.
It's your intelligence, yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
want to show us your overlay in it
Oh yeah.
too?
Okay, so I am inputting my value, which is 1,
Awesome.
and
Okay, you got a 9, so let's
Ooh.
see what that means. I'm firing it up. Basic moves. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you something interesting about the situation, but it's on you to make it useful. So yeah, the king absolutely, the Waffle King really has been pretty sick recently. It seems like you know people are starting to worry that his time is running out. You know, there's been some talk about who might be the next successor, and the king's sort of aware of it, but you know he's really kind of lying in bed, wheezing and moaning.
I shall go to him at once, for the Waffle King is king of us all, and I shall not keep him waiting. Pray, Dahlia, entertain yourself here in the courtyard until I return, if it pleases you.
It does.
Alistair says, "Oh no, Dahlia should join.
Oh, well, if the Waffle King wishes it, then who are we to object?
Any guest of the Dukes is a guest of the Waffle King."
Well said,
And then like the
Alistair.
giraffe head just disappears in this big bright green bushy tree. And then like if you look up in there, you can see that there's actually nobody in there.
They are so
Okay,
well trained.
so- Awesome. Katerina, as a vendor of fruits and candied nuts, you have been sought out as well by another giraffe ninja assassin. And now you stand in the richly threaded chamber of the king. And you've brought your best plate of candied walnuts at his special request. He's lying there on the bed, and he's got like a big sort of marshmallow body and like a big beard that like looks like whipped cream. And he's bald, and he's lying in bed, and he just looks kind of like super pale, and he's like, "Oh, Katerina, the walnut vendor, please give me." Put some of your nuts in my mouth.
So it's a little different though, because I take the best looking one I can find, and I actually just stick it in the side of his cheek, because his cheeks are made of marshmallows, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. So you just like go straight
I
through
just
the
go
cheek.
and I just stick it into his cheek.
Yeah. And then he just starts crunching. Delightful.
And I just keep sticking walnuts in his marshmallow cheek
Awesome.
until he asks me not to.
So like this bed has like big drapery and stuff all over it, and like from behind one of the drapes that are like at the top of this 4-post bed, there's like a giraffe head that sticks out, and he says, "King, the Duke and Dahlia are on their way." And the king says, "Show them in." And so the Duke and Dahlia, like, you're approaching this like large like golden crystalline candied double doors through this like marble palatial entrance, and there's like giraffe ninja guards like poking their heads out and like poking them back in from behind all of the pillars. When you reach the doors just like immediately swing open, and Alistair pokes his head out from behind the doors, and he says, "Oh, the Duke. Yes, we have been expecting you. Please do come in." And then his head vanishes and he's gone.
I bow deeply and don't even realize that Alistair's gone by the time I come back up, and I'm like really entertained by those guys.
Yeah. And the king, the Waffle King, is lying there on the bed with his big marshmallow belly, and Katarina's just like inserting candied walnuts through his cheeks as he's chewing. He's got a full mouth. He says, "Oh, Duke, come closer. Stop that, Katarina. I'm full. Full of candied walnuts."
Your Majesty, I bow deeply, and I say, the Lady Dahlia accompanies me.
Dahlia!
Your Majesty, I say, and bow deeply as well. Thank you for admitting me as well.
Have you come to your senses, child?
I am still on the search, most regal Majesty, to find the perfect waffle that will one day make me a believer in this waffle, but I have high hopes that someday I will find it.
Come closer.
I smile proudly at her as my open tunic shows off finely chiseled pectoral muscles, and a lopsided grin touches my face as I respectfully admire her.
Awesome. And I blush deeply and kind of turn away.
The king, the Waffle King, goes, "The Duke."
Yes, yes, Your Majesty.
That's all he does. And he says, "Come closer, the two of you. Listen, I have a vendor here that I have come to trust as my source of candied walnuts and other various assorted candied fruits. Maybe Dahlia, maybe you should try some of them on top of a waffle."
I think that is an excellent piece of advice, Your Majesty.
Good. I'm glad you listened to me, because listen to this. And he just sits up, bolt upright. And he says, "The Duke, I have a mission for you. As you know, I am running out of time." No. And like Alistair's head pokes out from around the awning, and he says, "No, don't say it, Duke. It's not like that. You'll be fine." And the king says, "No, it's true. Listen. Katarina knows. She knows of the salt mines."
The salt mines?
Yes, the salt mines.
What terrible place is this?
It's a heathenous place, a place of dark trade and treachery, where they make waffles out of whole wheat.
I clutch my chest as though like I could be overcome by that evil.
Consider like maybe this will be tasty.
Yeah. And the king says, "Now I need you to go into the salt mines. Buried deep within them, deep within their darkest, saltiest recesses, is the Great Waffle."
The Great Waffle?
Yes.
The Great Waffle?
It is the Great Waffle, and I desperately hope that it might give me the time that I need to see falafel become the kingdom it was always meant to be.
How have you come upon such great knowledge, mighty king?
And the king just sort of like this look comes over his face, and he says, we don't talk about those trials."
Of course, my liege, of course. I bow submissively, and I say, I am at your command, of course, and I shall put my campaigning for the rights of time rabbits at a pause, so that I may retrieve this great waffle for you, if I am able, as I am your humble servant.
Yes. Well, it would do you well to put those on pause forever, as you well know that it is the time rabbit slavers that will carry the day, Duke, but In this circumstance, I am willing to. I need your help.
Yes, of course, gracious Majesty. And I pat his hand reassuringly in a gentlemanly way.
He reaches out for Katerina. Are you nearby, Katerina?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he like reaches out and grabs a candied walnut from the tray that you have, and he just sticks it through his cheek.
I was still doing it.
Oh, really?
I'm just listening. Yeah.
He'd stopped you because he couldn't speak with you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he said he was full.
But yeah, no. So he just starts again. And then he says, "You may go." So how do you guys meet up with Dahlia? Like when you're on the way to the salt mines? Oh no, yeah, sorry, Pepito.
I see as we leave the castle. Yeah. I see Pepito chasing a time rabbit, and
Pepito is that something you would be doing?
Oh yeah, and I have my staff out. I'm like, hey.
Are you like you're like wild and painted, right?
Yeah.
Pepito,
and I'm doing like weird noises, but I'm like.
So let's step back just really quick.
I'm trying to do like time rabbit noises. I'm like.
Yeah. So Pepito, like this morning, this idyllic golden morning with this like bright. Like, you know, buttercream sun shining down across like the smiling hills and everything. Like, what are you doing in the morning?
When I woke up this morning?
Yeah, like what are you doing just on these hills in an area where there would be a time rabbit?
Well, every morning when I woke up, I go to the highest mountain of our jungle lands and I rise a baby lion to the sky.
Well, so on this particular morning, you have made it into the falafel kingdom.
Yeah. Well, then when I rose my lion to the sky, it roared because it saw one of the bunny rabbits. And then I dropped the baby lion, started chasing after the rabbit.
Gently.
Gently dropped the lion.
Yeah. Well, gently. Yeah.
Okay, Pepito.
And I started running after the baby lion, who ran all the way to the kingdom.
Yeah. So you see that this time rabbit that this baby lion was chasing has a waffle in its hands that it's been like taking bites out of as it runs. It's looking behind it going, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh my dear. So the Duke, Dahlia, and Katerina, as you're exiting the gates of the palace and you're standing outside of the Waffle Kingdom, you see this time rabbit that stole the waffle from Dahlia earlier go running across your path, chased by Pepito. Can you describe yourself for me really quick?
Oh, sorry. Describe myself.
Yeah.
Like physically?
Yeah. What do you look like? What do they see?
Well, I'm a big man, tanned by the sun with like I got like some war paint on. I have my big staff, and I'm chasing the rabbit, going.
You see this big man, like tanned by the sun, war paint on, chasing a rabbit, going.
No hair. Yeah.
Yeah, no hair, bald.
I say quickly, "Excuse me, honored ladies," and then I jump out. I have a cape, and I flare it out, and I jump out in front of him, and I say, "Sir, do cease and desist," and I puff my chest out really gently.
Pepito, what do you do?
I stop and I go, oh, what does it mean?
Yeah.
It means stop, good sir, or I shall stop thee.
Whoa.
But I need the bunny rabbit. Why am I doing that?
Pepito is from the French barbarians.
No. But I need the bunny rabbit.
I say time rabbits deserve... What is that word I keep looking for? Autonomy. They deserve autonomy just as much as you or I, and I will defend this time rabbit's autonomy to my death.
I don't understand what you're saying. To me, it sounds like meow 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 meow.
I then
is that
say.
What you say?
I then say meow 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 meow.
That makes more sense.
Okay.
So we are agreed.
Excellent.
I feel like I should follow you so I can gain your trust, and then you can let me leave with your baby rabbit.
Well, like just at that moment, like you guys are out on this idyllic plain, but what is hang on, what's Stephen Hawke up to right now, Katerina?
Oh yeah. My book is upside down this whole time. Stephen Hawke is flying around.
Mm-hmm.
and looking at stuff,
Yeah.
using his keen senses to make sure that we're okay.
Excellent.
And
Sounds very hawkish.
yeah.
Yeah. So you actually hear him cry out. "Wah!" Do you speak hawk at all?
Uh,
Can you speak with
Oh.
your animal?
I can speak telepathically because when I try to make bird noises, they come out as.
Okay. Yeah.
That's about it.
Not
That was
bad.
pretty good.
Which is
Yeah, okay.
what you'll have to find out in Nimmergeist coming soon. .com/Misscliks. More hawk noises from Stephanie.
Yeah. So like, what does the hawk sound like when it talks to you in your mind?
It just sounds like it's like my bro, you know?
Okay. So it's like
Bro hawk.
it's like,
Who's bro hawk?
hey, Katerina, I just thought you should know. I was crushing my reps as I was flying around here today, and I saw a bunch of salt skeletons just on the other side of the hill. You want I should, like, go down and pluck out their eyes? Oh, crap, they don't have eyes. Katerina, what do I do?
That's exactly what he sounds like.
Awesome.
Only he's like a feminist, right? So
Okay.
he's a bro sounding feminist.
Wow.
Okay, so he's like, Katerina, I think I need your help on this one. Your skills could make a really good, useful skill set over here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Perfect.
awesome.
Of course, you know that co-ed teams seem to produce more effectively than teams made only of one gender, and you and I are a co-ed team.
Man, you know who's really
Great.
great? The Duke.
It's true.
He's totally right on with like what he's sounding, what he's saying.
But yes, so I don't know how to handle those skeletons. I've never seen these before, but I will definitely inform my party of this because would the hawk know how to fight these things?
The hawk says
He says he doesn't know.
Like when you ask, he's like, yeah, you know, I could give it a try.
Okay.
I
I
could
definitely-
try to shapeshift into a cotton candy duck and follow him to see if I
Yeah,
Just-
awesome.
see anything else.
Okay, can
That's a
you
great
roll?
idea.
Can you roll plus your wisdom? So just do like
Yeah.
#R and then hit enter.
Okay. And then just hit enter.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it'll ask you for your wisdom modifier.
It didn't.
Really? If you write $R.
Mm-hmm. Number sign R, enter, and then it doesn't do anything. I could just
Huh.
go to the
Yeah, just roll 2d6 plus, like /roll space 2d6 plus 2 for your wisdom.
slash roll 2d6 plus. Do I have to put a space before the plus?
No.
Plus 2.
Boop. 9. Okay. So what does that mean for you? Let's find out. Druid. Okay, so you hold 2. So hold is a currency that you can spend one at a time in order to do certain things. So, like, what are the powers of a cotton candy duck? What is it really good at? I'd say that, like, you can one of your powers is to escape to the air, and one of your powers is to spin a sticky web. Yeah, so you can spend one hold to do either of those two things just for free.
That is
Okay.
the most perfect animal ability for a cotton candy duck I've ever heard.
I know, right?
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So you take to the air, and Stephen Hawk, like, he's flying around, circling, waiting for you.
Mhm.
And you get up there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Dahlia, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're up here. You're so, like, a super cool, rad chick. Hey, you know, can you like shapeshift into any like birds of prey? I'm sorry, that's probably a little awkward. I'm sorry. We should keep it professional.
No, it's okay.
Like,
But
how are you?
I can't hear him, right?
I think, like, Stephanie, can Anna hear Stephen Hawk?
I think, yeah, because he's huge.
But
Okay,
but
yeah,
I thought
so,
that like he speaks telepathically only to you.
Yeah, but because he's huge, he speaks really loudly telepathically, so other people can hear him.
Okay, so I'm kind of hearing this like at the edge of my consciousness, and I
Yeah.
see him kind of like fronting up on
Uh-huh.
Dahlia, and I kind of like insert my shoulder in front of her shoulder between the two of them.
Well, they're flying up in the air.
Oh, they're okay. Never mind. Just kidding.
You can maybe try to jump.
Are you like
I'm
running after them? Like, hey, wait for me.
I am, but I look very gallant while I'm doing it. I'm just like looking around as though.
Is your hair like streaming in the wind? Like.
Yes. And I look up and I note that they're talking to each other, but I give a reassuring smile to myself and simply continue.
Can we just get
jogging?
Like a single frame shot of like the Duke standing there, hair blowing in the wind, a single tear rolling down his cheek?
It's not. It doesn't roll down his cheek. It wells up just right here in the corner. But he powers it back down, and he does that. He does that jaw thing where like the jaw muscles twitch just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell he's overcome with emotion, but totally in control of the situation.
Yes. Okay, so Dahlia, like you're up here and this hawk is just like chatting you up. What do you do?
I say thank you for the compliments, but I think it's most important that we go and scout out these skeletons. So would you please take me there?
Like skeletons? What? What skeletons? Where? What? Oh my God! And he looks down below, and just on the other side of the hill, like the camera is up, like it swings up above this cotton candy duck and this massive hawk. And it's looking down below, and there's like four salt skeletons carrying like a it's almost like the Ark of the Covenant, but it's like carved entirely out of like salt.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I recoil in horror,
Do I
but
see them?
manly.
Stephen Hawk shouts down to Katarina, Katarina, permission to attack.
Go ahead, Hawk.
All right, so the hawk just goes, Bro Hawk, and he just like tumbles into a dive and is like streaking downwards. Now, Katarina, technically you have to attack at the same time in order for Bro Hawk to help you out. So like it's like if you attack the same target, you add its ferocity to your damage. So like
I will
you just
definitely
like, run up to the
my
top
bow.
of the hill and then like tell
no,
us what it looks like.
Sure. So I definitely want to see a little bit from a different perspective. So I always kind of have an eye on where he's headed because he's a little big and dumb. I think we said.
Forgetful.
What do we say? He's forgetful
and stubborn.
And stubborn. So I kind of need to keep an eye on him so I can call him back. And
Okay.
So I run to the top of the hill and I draw my short bow and I keep an eye on whoever he's gonna hit first.
Yeah, he's like aiming for the front left salt skeleton.
I will aim.
Okay, yeah, give me a volley. Just 2d6 plus your dexterity. Or you can just type #R.
#R. Oops.
3
I swear I did it. My bonus is, it was what stat? Sorry.
Dexterity.
+1. 3D dice.
Haha. Okay, so interesting.